What is up, guys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Just Talking 2. Following on from last week's retro episode, we've got another retro episode, and in this week's episode we have RetroWolf88. How you doing, my friend?
Pretty good, man. How about you?
Great stuff. Yeah, not too bad. Having a bit of a trouble with me editor at the minute, but I'm hopefully I'll get that sorted soon. How's your day been?
So far so good. I don't know what time it is in your part of the world right now, but I woke up, about 2 hours ago, so I'm still trying to kind of get into the swing of things today. I've had a fairly productive morning so far. I was working on a script for a video that I'll be working on over the next few days, so it's been not been too bad so far.
Awesome. Well, it's 4 o'clock over here. I've been up for about 9 hours or so.
Oh wow! Wow.
So. Yeah, it's been a longer day than you.
Yeah.
Let's crack on with your channel or content or whatever. So I've watched a few of your videos. The first one I watched was the one where you got your mum to play Super Mario.
Yeah.
That was quite a funny video.
Yeah.
How did you manage to convince her to do that?
Well, it really didn't take much. I just sent her a text message. I'm like, "Hey, Mom, why don't you come over and, hop in a video with me? I'll just sit you down and let you play some games. Since you have zero experience with video games and you have a crazy personality, it should be pretty entertaining." And she was all about it, man. So I didn't have to bribe her or anything like that. And there's going to be at least 2 more coming over the next 2 weeks, one dropping on Monday and one the week after that. And then I'm going to have her come back and we're going to record some more. And what's great about it, man, is it's none of it's scripted at all. What you see, that is her, man. She has a very, very hilarious and awesome personality, and it translates into a very entertaining video. So it was a blast.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to. Well, I don't think my mum would do it full stop. I know I've been trying to get my girlfriend or my wife, say girlfriend, married since 2012. Been trying to get her to do some stuff with me, but she did sit in on a Twitch stream last month, which was quite good. And she enjoyed it, but she doesn't sort of get the bug. It's just like I'll ask her 10 times after that, and she'll go, no, I can't be bothered. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite good that your mum was willing to jump in like that, and she was very entertaining. It was a lot of fun to watch. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and she's absolutely just eating it up, man. She's loving all the comments that people are leaving because people love her. I mean, so far it's been nothing but really positive feedback and people just saying how much they love my mom, and she's just eating it up. She likes attention like that, so she's having a good time with it.
Maybe you should get her to start her own channel, or even have a series, of videos with her.
Oh, it's definitely going to be an ongoing thing. Eventually I hope to graduate her to the Super Nintendo. But it'll be a little while because she struggles with the amount of buttons. So adding 4 more buttons to the controller, that's going to be a lot for her. But it'll be NES for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird with speaking about controllers. That's something I've never really thought of. But like when I used to, I mean, one of the first consoles I played was the Master System. It just had 2 buttons, didn't it?
It had just 2 buttons.
A and B, wasn't it?
Yep.
And it was just like the D-pad and then A and B really. And I've managed to go from that to obviously what I use now on an Xbox, which has got like loads more buttons. And I've not even really noticed that I've done that. Like so, it's quite weird. I've never really thought of that.
Because for us, that for people like us that have been gaming for practically all of our lives, we've evolved from one controller to the next. So for us, it's just been very incremental. Whereas somebody that has never played video games before, if you hand somebody that has never played video games before an Xbox 360 controller, they're not gonna know what to do.
No, because you got the bumpers, you got the toggles, you got the It's just crazy compared to what they used to have. So
it really is.
Go on.
No, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah. So I've heard you mention a few times about the GameCube. Of all of the computers that you've obviously got a big collection of games from all sorts of computers. But of all the computers, why is it the GameCube ones that you're particularly interested in collecting all of?
You know, that's a great question. So for me, the reason that I love the GameCube so much and I'm going for a complete collection, let me take a step back. So prior to the GameCube, you know, I did play games a lot, but I didn't really consider myself a serious gamer or a hardcore gamer or whatever terminology you want to use. I got my GameCube on Christmas Day of whatever year Luigi's Mansion came out. I can't remember the year, but I got it on Christmas Day with Luigi's Mansion, and when I booted that game up and started playing it, I was absolutely blown away by the graphics and just how amazing that game was. And it was really from that point forward that I kind of became what I consider to be a serious gamer. So for me, the GameCube was kind of a turning point for me as a gamer, and that's why I really have a lot of love for the console and why I'm going for a complete collection.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the worst person to talk to about Nintendo. I don't know if you've seen. I did an episode recently with Grief Burrito, and he's another big Nintendo fan. And I've got no hate for Nintendo. It's just out of all the consoles, I've never owned a Nintendo. I've had all the PlayStations apart from the recent ones. So I had a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I've had all the Xboxes. I've had an Atari, a Commodore. I've had Sega, but I've just never had a Nintendo. And I've said this before on a show before, but I don't know why, but I've never been into the whole Nintendo thing. But it seems to be a big thing. And the guy who I was talking about before, who does the Grief Burrito podcast, who's massively into Nintendo, he said about I should get a GameCube. He said that would be a good place to start if you wanted to, retry and get into it.
I agree.
Yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say, you know what, man? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The beautiful thing about video games is there's so many different game consoles. There's something for everybody. So if you like Sony and you like Xbox, but you don't really play much Nintendo, or vice versa, you play only Nintendo and not the other consoles, that's perfectly fine. I can't stand it whenever people get into arguments about this stuff, because at the end of the day, playing video games is all about having fun, and you should never judge somebody for the consoles that they like to play. So I mean, I think that's cool, man. But I do agree with you said Grief Burrito, right?
Grief Burrito, yeah. There's a little shout out there for him.
yeah. No, I agree with that. If you're going to start, I do recommend starting with the GameCube, because it does have a really good library of games, including several third-party games that hit the PS2 and Xbox as well, and a lot of really good exclusives. So that would be a good starting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching your 2019 Game Room walkthrough earlier, and obviously I saw that you had Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. That only came out on the GameCube, didn't it? To start with.
Yeah, to start with, it was a GameCube exclusive, and that is one of my favorite games of all time. I pretty much own it on just about every console it was ever released on. But the Wii version is probably the best, to be honest with you, because you can use the Wiimote to aim your gun, and it gives you a lot more accuracy. But yeah, that initially was a GameCube exclusive.
Yeah, because I had one of the first main, like you saying about when you first realised you wanted to be a serious gamer. Mine was on the PlayStation 1. My dad had the PlayStation 1. And he had Resident Evil, and I don't know, I must have been in year 7 at school or something, and that was the game for me that really made my and I only went as far as really Resident Evil Nemesis, because obviously I never had a Nintendo, so the fact that become a Nintendo exclusive sort of threw me off of that journey of playing all the Resident Evil games. I've actually recently got them all. Obviously I'm waiting for the Nemesis remake, which I'm hoping comes out, because then they're all going to be on new gen consoles or PC. So then I want to do a playthrough from 0 all the way through to 7 or 8, even if it comes out by then. But yeah, that should be fun. But I stopped playing before 4 started, because I didn't have a way of playing it.
Right. Well, man, let me tell you something. I cannot recommend Resident Evil 4 enough. In my opinion, it's one of the greatest games ever made, and a lot of people actually share that opinion. It is widely
Yeah.
considered to be a masterpiece, and it's a game that, to me, it stands the test of time. The controls, the controls are starting to age a little bit, but it's nothing that you can't get used to in about an hour or so. As you start playing it, you'll get used to the controls, but the game is it's phenomenal, man. It really is.
Yeah, like you said, I've heard a few people say that it is one of the best ones, and I still haven't played it. I've got it on the PC now, so I will play it. But I kind of want to leave it until I'm doing the whole thing, so I can, feel it all at once, and have it on screen really. But yeah, so that's something that I'm really looking forward to with the Resident Evil.
Hey, when you do play Resident Evil 4, you'll have to holler at me, man, and let me know what you think about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I want to stream it, and I'm going to do the thing through series on my YouTube channel at some point as well.
Cool.
So yeah, you'll see how I react to it, because it's complete.
That's nice.
And wasn't it a fun fact? I read something about Resident Evil 4. That one was supposed to be a different game, wasn't it? When it was being early, was it being? But I think it was before it, because it was meant to be on the PlayStation, and then they lost the rights or something. But I read somewhere that it was supposed to be, it was being made as Devil May Cry or something.
I can't remember all the details, but I do remember reading that they actually, I think a certain way through development, they actually canned it and started over from scratch, and then it became what it is today. But I don't really know all the details behind that.
Yeah, I think that's why that became the first one away from the original, because they called it the first three the main ones, don't they? And obviously then it got moved over to Nintendo, so that took it out of the series a bit more. But yeah, it's a game that I'm really looking forward to playing, so that's quite good. So with that massive collection behind you, how long have you been collecting? Why
don't you take a guess and tell me how long you think that I've been collecting?
A lifetime? I mean, it's an impressive collection. I'd probably say 15, 20 years.
Wow. Okay. Well, I will tell you that I started collecting heavily in, I want to say 2016.
Wow. So
I built it. Yeah, I've built this collection pretty quick, and how I've done that, the main way that I've built this collection is by buying game lots from people. Large boxes full of games, priced in such a way to where I'm really getting them less than their retail value, and then I'll take the games out of those game lots that I want to keep, and I'll sell the rest. And when I sell the rest, I still sell them at a good deal. I price them less than whatever eBay has them priced at, so that they can find new homes. And then I take that money and reinvest it back into the collection, and I just repeat the cycle over and over. And that's really how I've been able to build this huge collection. Also on Instagram, the Instagram gaming community is a really great. So I always recommend that people get into that community as well.
Let's move on then to the personality questions.
Okay.
Have you played these before? Have you seen these played before, or?
I saw it in your episode with Big Retro Show and Beyond Useless Gaming. So I'm a little bit familiar.
Yeah, they're going to be the same questions.
Okay.
So we've got a list here with numbers between 1 and, what do we get it down to? 271.
Okay.
And they can be anyone, they're just random names thrown in together.
Okay.
So if you pick a number, and it'll throw up 3 people, and then you've got to do either marry, what is it? Kiss, marry, kill, or snog, marry, avoid, whatever one you want to do. Or even if you've got your own one that you do over there.
Okay.
So you got between 1 and 271.
Okay. Let's go with lucky number 7.
Oh, high, low even. 7. Okay. It's quite an interesting one. Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Taylor Swift.
Okay.
And Katy Perry.
Oh wow, you weren't kidding. That is a very
good choice. Yeah.
Wow. Man, that's a tough one. So let's see. So what you said? What was the second?
So snog is a kiss. It's like a French kiss. Marry, avoid, or you can do kiss, marry, kill, whatever one you feel like doing.
Okay. Well, I don't really want to kill any of them, so I'll go with the second option.
Okay.
Let's go with snug. I guess Ariana, marry Taylor Swift, and avoid Katy Perry. So we'll go with that. Actually, no. Hold on.
Go on.
You know what? Let me change that. Let's go with Taylor Swift first.
So then, snog Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Then marry Katy Perry, avoid Ariana Grande. Let's go with that.
Okay. That's I get that. Is there what was the thought behind changing it? What was your thought process there? Because
to be honest with you, I for some reason, when you said Katy Perry, I was thinking of somebody completely different, and then it clicked in my mind. I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's not who I'm thinking of. So
yeah, fair enough. So you did, okay. So avoid Ariana Grande, kiss Taylor Swift, marry Katy Perry. Okay, yep, fair enough. And the second personality question is, what if you describe yourself in 3 words.
Okay, 3 words.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be a 3 words together to make a sentence. It just 3 single words that would describe you as a person.
Okay. Hardworking, that would be 1. Trustworthy, that would be 2, and I'll go with driven.
Okay. Hardworking, trustworthy, and driven. 3 very good words. Okay, and the final personality question is going to be a tricky one for you, I guess.
Okay.
You can only have 2 games to play for the rest of your life. So you're not allowed to play any other game for the rest of your life. You're only allowed 2. What are they going to be, and why? It's
not a tricky one at all, my friend. I'm going to go with Resident Evil 4 and The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Okay. And why is that? Why them 2?
Well, Resident Evil 4, it's one of those games for me personally that I can just play over and over and over. For me, that game has infinite replayability. It never gets old every time I play through it.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of unlockables and things like that. And in Zelda Breath of the Wild, I mean, that's another game that really you could play over and over and over and have a completely different experience every time, depending on how you tackle the game and what path that you take. And it's just such a massive game, and there's just so much cool stuff that you can do in that world that I could probably play it forever.
Yeah, I think that's been. I mean, the Resident Evil 4 one hasn't, but it's good to see you have that in such high regard. Makes me more excited to play it now. And the Breath of the Wild, has been said before. So that's obviously another game, but again, I haven't played it because I don't have a Nintendo.
Right.
So that's it for the personality questions. So then we can move on to any shout-outs you may have for anyone who might have supported you throughout your journey or helped you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got. Hold on, I actually made a list on my phone here.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So I do have a couple of shout outs. So, I'm going to have to give a really big shout out to Robert and Wes from Gaming Off the Grid. Those guys have been awesome to me. They've been a huge influence on me and my channel, and they're absolutely crushing it right now. I watch every one of their videos. They're all great. So that's going to be my big shout out. And then I also want to shout out. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say. So just as always, the links to these people who you're shouting out will be down in the video description. So anyone who wants to go and check them out, they can check them out there.
Absolutely, yeah. If you like retro games and you like beer, definitely check out Gaming Off the Grid. And then I'm going to shout out Big Retro Show. Carlos, he's an awesome dude. You know, he's actually, as a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm filming a discussion video with him and Robert and Wes from Gaming Off the Grid. So we're going to do a long form discussion video. So that should be pretty good.
That'll be one to watch. Well, if you want to send me the link to that, I'll put that down there as well. Once it's done, obviously.
Okay.
Because this probably won't be going up now until next week because obviously problems with my editor. So if you send me that, I can link that in the description as well because that sounds like be quite a good episode.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and say what the topic is going to be for that discussion video. It's going to be the pros and cons of physical games versus the pros and cons of digital games. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. Yeah. And then the other shout outs, Warpig on YouTube. Somehow he managed to get me into his Call of Duty videos, even though I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. And I think you had said the same thing.
I've said exactly. I cannot stand Call of Duty, but for there's something about that guy that just keeps you hooked, isn't there? Like, he just keeps it so fun.
He is. Yeah, he's got he's managed to really get his kind of own original, unique style, and it works. It's very entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a couple of shout outs on this series as well. And. He's someone who I've wanted to get on for a while on the show.
Yes, absolutely.
But he, I keep asking him about his voice. Like, I don't understand how he can do that voice without hurting his throat. Yeah. But he's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to hear what his actual voice sounds like. You know.
Yeah.
Just to see what see the contrast between his real voice and his character on YouTube. But I've got two more. And one of which you probably have never gotten. That'll be my last one. But next, obviously, is Beyond Useless Gaming. He has got the most entertaining pickup videos I've ever seen. The dude, I love his sense of humor. The dude is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of him. I think he was on episode 2 of the show. He was the second person I had on, and his reviews are brilliant and his unboxing videos are brilliant. And the amount of work he puts into the editing as well, like actually doing the characters and all that is absolutely outstanding.
Yep, it really is. It really is. Now, my last shout out. So this is a YouTube channel that I discovered recently, and I think he only has like 15 subscribers right now. And to be honest with you, he deserves a lot more than that. So the YouTube channel is Zephergy. That's spelled Zephergy. And his channel is very simple. Every Friday, he posts a review video. And the great thing about his review videos is they're short and sweet. So every one that I've seen so far seems to be around 5 to 6 minutes. But it's quality review in that 5 to 6 minutes. You know, it's just to the point. You know, he gives you the information about the game and the good and the bad. And I feel like he does a really good job and that he deserves a lot more subscribers. Very nice guy. Too, and he reviews some games that I've never heard of as well, which I always like to see. So definitely recommend people check him out.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely have a look at him as well, and hopefully we can all help him get a few more subscribers. What sort of things does he? Is it just games or?
Yeah, so far he drops a review video every Friday. That's just kind of his thing so far. I don't know if he plans on branching out into some different stuff, but. Every Friday, 5 to 6 minute long.
Are they game reviews or?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So not movie reviews as well, just games.
Yep. Like for example, he recently did Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night, and he did a first person shooter on the PC that I'd never heard of before called Void Bastards. So that was pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. I think I've heard of it. Is it an indie game that? I think
it is. It's like comic book style graphics. It's pretty cool looking.
So kind of Borderlands.
Yeah,
sort
exactly.
Of look. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's basically it. Cool. Thanks for coming on the show, man. It's been very interesting, and I can't wait to see some more videos with your mum in. That's going to be really, really fun. And good luck with your channel and your collection of GameCube games. And I guess we'll see you again soon. Maybe we'll have you on once you've collected them all.
I'm down for that.
So if you've enjoyed the video, guys, you know what to do. Hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe. hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And we'll see you again in the next episode. Thanks for coming, guys. Peace out.